What we learned today. Basic summary. Today we learned that studying English and speaking English are not the same thing. Studying English mainly improves understanding through grammar, vocabulary, reading, watching videos. But speaking is a practical skill that improves only through regular speaking practice. Topic: English studying is not English speaking. Many people spend years studying English but still struggle to speak confidently. They know grammar rules, understand movies, and can read articles. Yet when it is time to speak, their mind becomes blank. This happens because studying English and speaking English are two completely different skills. Studying English is mostly input. Speaking English is output. If you only study and never practice speaking, your brain stores information but does not learn how to use it in real conversations. Think about learning to swim. You cannot become a swimmer only by reading books about swimming. You must enter the water. In the same way, you cannot become fluent in speaking English only by studying grammar or memorizing vocabulary. You must actually speak. Step 1. Why English studying is different from speaking. Most learners focus on grammar rules, vocabulary lists, translation, reading books, watching videos. These things are useful, but they mainly improve understanding. Speaking requires something else: fast thinking, sentence formation, confidence, pronunciation, real-time response. Your brain must learn to create sentences automatically without translating every word. That automatic ability only develops through speaking practice. Step 2. The biggest mistake learners make. The biggest mistake is waiting to become perfect before speaking. Many learners think, my grammar is weak. My pronunciation is not good. I need more vocabulary first. So they keep studying for months or years without speaking. But fluency does not come from perfect knowledge. Fluency comes from repeated usage. A child learns language by speaking imperfectly thousands of times. Adults improve the same way. Step 3. Knowledge versus skill. English speaking is a skill, not just knowledge. There is a huge difference between knowing something and being able to do it. Example: you may know the grammar rule for present perfect tense. I have completed my work. But during conversation your brain may still freeze. Why? Because you learned the rule theoretically but never trained your mouth and brain to use it naturally. Interviewers often check practical communication, not grammar definitions. If you can explain ideas clearly, you already communicate better than many learners who only memorize rules. Step 4. Why translation slows you down. Many learners first think in your language and then translate into English. Example: then mentally translating. Yesterday I went to market. This process is slow and stressful. Fluent speakers do not translate constantly. They think directly in English patterns. This habit develops through daily exposure and speaking practice. A better method is using simple English thoughts during daily activities. Example: I am opening my laptop. I need to complete this task. Today the weather is hot. I am learning English. These small thoughts train your brain to think directly in English. Step 5. Passive learning versus active learning. Watching English videos is passive learning. Speaking after watching is active learning. Passive learning helps understanding. Active learning builds fluency. Example: if you watch a video about travel, do not stop there. Explain it aloud in your own words. Traveling helps people explore new places, learn different cultures, and gain new experiences. Now your brain is practicing vocabulary recall, sentence creation, pronunciation, confidence. This is real speaking practice. Step 6. Why reading alone is not enough. Reading improves vocabulary and sentence structure, but reading silently does not train speaking muscles. Your mouth also needs practice. That is why reading aloud is powerful. When you read aloud, your pronunciation improves. Your speaking speed improves. Your tongue becomes comfortable with English sounds. Your confidence increases. Example: instead of silently reading, traveling allows people to explore new cultures and experience different lifestyles. Read it loudly multiple times. Then explain it without looking. Travel helps people learn about new places, foods, and traditions while gaining real-life experiences. This method connects reading with speaking. Step 7. The importance of repetition. Speaking improves through repetition. At first, forming sentences feels slow because your brain is creating new neural patterns. After repeating common structures many times, speaking becomes automatic. Example: I am working on a project. I am learning English. I solved a bug today. If you repeat such sentences daily, your brain remembers them naturally. Athletes improve through repeated practice. Speakers improve the same way. Step 8. Fear of mistakes. Many learners avoid speaking because they fear mistakes. But mistakes are necessary for improvement. Even fluent speakers make mistakes sometimes. Communication matters more than perfection. Imagine a developer learning coding. If they avoid writing code because bugs may appear, they will never improve. Speaking works the same way. You become fluent by speaking badly first, then gradually improving. Final understanding. Studying English builds knowledge. Speaking English builds skill. Both are important, but most learners spend too much time studying and too little time speaking. The real transformation starts when you actively use the language every day. You do not need perfect grammar to begin speaking. You need practice, repetition, and confidence. The more you speak, the more natural English becomes. Fluency is not created by memorizing rules. Fluency is created by using English again and again until your brain stops translating and starts communicating naturally.